The Jerry team went car spotting in Los Angeles, New York City, and Chicago so we could break down how much you have to make to comfortably afford these top brand vehicles. We set ourselves at the Louis Vuitton store in each of these cities as our home base for this video. And hopping right into Beverly Hills, LA at the Louis Vuitton store, the first car we see in frame here is the Porsche 911 Cabriolet. For a nice one of these, you're looking at about $140,000. We're assuming in all of these you're doing a 15% down payment for all cars in this video. So this one will be about $21,000 for a down payment. For all cases, we will be using the 15% rule based on a 5-year loan term. This rule basically means that your car payment should be 15% of your monthly take-home pay, leaving you with this car for a $2,300 a month payment. So to comfortably afford that, you should be making about $184,000 a year after taxes. Then passing that, we have a new BMW X5. Base price on these is $61,600. Monthly payments will be about $1,010. So your take-home pay should be about $80,000 a year. Following that, we have an older Lexus GS. You can find these around $12,000 to $20,000. So let's call it about $16,000, going to be about $265 a month, and your yearly take-home pay should be only $21,200. This is a little bit more of an affordable car. Next, let's talk about this white S-Class, probably a mid-2010s model here. The market price right now is between $55,000 and $65,000, so we'll call it about $60,000 here. $9,000 down payment, $985 a month means you should be taking home at the end of the day $78,800 a year to comfortably afford this car. Then boom, pretty new Porsche Cayenne right here. Very nice white on this one as well. Shouldn't struggle to find these newer, around $110,000. After a 15% down payment, you're looking at about $1,800 a month. And to comfortably afford that payment, you should be making around $144,000 a year after taxes and everything, of course. Flying over to New York City, we're in Soho around the Louis Vuitton store. First car we see is this Mercedes E350 right here. Market price on these is around $30,000, meaning you're going to pay about $500 a month for 5 years. To comfortably afford this, your take-home pay should be right around $40,000 a year. Next, we saw another Cayenne. This one is a bit older, so we'll say about $90,000 for a clean one of these. To comfortably afford this, your take-home pay should be about $120,000 a year. But please do note, cars like these Porsches and the X5 have really high maintenance costs, around $20,000 over a 10-year period. Also, never forget about car insurance. That is a big payment. Both of these are really incredible pain points for owners, and that's why the Jerry app was created. You can compare car insurance policies, auto loans, repair cars, and get incredible perks just for driving safe. Plus, it's completely free. Use the top link in the description of this video to use the app all the smartest drivers are using and start saving today. Hopping back into Soho, here we have another E-Class. This one's also a bit older than the first one. These are quite affordable though, so you wouldn't struggle to find one of these and pay about $400 a month over a 5-year period. For that, your take-home pay should be about $32,000 a year. Then the first of many Range Rovers we found in the New York City streets. There are a lot of these out there, so we didn't put all of them in the video. This one was around the 2010 era, and you could easily find these for about $15,000. Something like that, you'll be paying around $250 a month, and to comfortably afford that, your take-home pay should be about $20,000 a year. Then we saw this super sick Volvo 145. These early 70s Volvos are very hard to find in such nice condition like this one. Wouldn't be surprised if one like this went for around $10,000. In cases like this and the Range Rover, probably you wouldn't buy them straight up, so we'll be using the same logic. If you have been saving up properly, someone who is taking home about $35,000 a year should be able to comfortably afford this. Of course, that would take some saving up over quite a few years if someone really wants this car. Then was kind of surprised to find this Mustang GT parked near the Louis store. Nonetheless, shouldn't struggle to find one of these under $30,000. You're looking at around $500 a month for 5 years. Like the E350, should be taking home around $40,000 a year. That's after taxes. Then boom, this beautiful new Mercedes-Benz Maybach S-Class. We don't know if this one had any add-ons. It's impossible to tell, but roughly a $250,000 car here. A dealership in this case would honestly probably want a 20% down payment. We've previously been doing 15% down payments for the whole video, but we'll adjust just for this car. So your down payment would be $50,000 just for this, leaving you with $200,000 to pay off over a 5-year loan term. That has you paying around $3,900 a month. To comfortably afford this, you should be taking home $312,000 a year. But honestly, this isn't a daily driver that anyone would realistically have. Definitely wouldn't recommend getting this, even if you do take home $312,000 a year. And lastly, in New York, we have this Tesla Model Y here. You can find these around $60,000, just like the white S-Class. You're looking at around $985 a month, meaning you should take home $78,800 a year. Now we're flying to Chicago, Michigan Avenue near the Louis Vuitton store, and we're going over what we saw there. first catch near the store was this beautiful convertible AMG. These are getting really expensive on the market. Expect to pay between $80,000 and $90,000 for a nice one. Honestly, a really nice daily driver too. To comfortably afford this one, take-home pay should be around $120,000 a year. Another Porsche Cabriolet here in Chicago. Like we said for the earlier, take-home pay range should be around $184,000 a year. Saw a really poppin' red Honda Civic Type R as well. Should be able to find these around $35,000, maybe even a bit cheaper. $5,250 down payment will have you paying about $575 a month. To comfortably afford this, your take-home pay should be about $46,000 a year. And Type R fans will definitely tell you this car is worth it. Super passionate fan base there. Very nice Audi here. It looks like an A6, a very nice one. You're looking at about $45,000. With that, you'll be paying around $750 a month for 5 years. Comfortably should be able to afford this if you're taking home $60,000 a year. Last vehicle here, and it was honestly surprising we only saw one of these in all 3 of these cities, but we have the G-Wagon. We'd say have about a $100,000 budget if you're looking for one of these. $15K down payment here. Monthly payment will be around $1,650, and to comfortably afford that, you should be making around $132,000 a year. Again, that is after taxes. But also remember, there are some business tax write-offs for heavy vehicles like this one, so definitely look into that if that's something you could apply for. And those are the highlights from what we saw in those 3 cities. Let us know if we should do this in any other cities or in different places in these cities. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, but not before you check the top link in the description for the very first all car app. And of course, thank you guys for watching.